Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time again, Photoshop Party. And today we're going to be talking about the new stuff in Photoshop that just came out. I guess they dropped it about a month ago. And I've been looking at the last couple of weeks trying to figure out what's working, what's not working. And some of it's pretty cool. And then we'll also look at some of the stuff in beta that they're playing with, which is interesting. And I think you're going to find it pretty cool. So before we get started, let me go and share my screen real quick. And we'll go to that one right there. And you can see my Photoshop screen, I hope.
Yep.
So in 3.5 weeks, we have West Coast School. Yes, I'm so excited. June 4th through the 9th. You've heard me talk about it for the last 6 months, but we're going to do Photoshop 0 to 60 in a week. You don't have to be a professional photographer of America or California or Idaho person to attend. You just have to pay a little bit more. But the prices include housing. And is it a $40 gift card for meals this year, Mel?
Rumor has it might actually be 50. We're waiting to get the final word from them as to which one they are loading for us.
Oh, way cool. $50.
It'll be between 40 and 50.
So that's my breakfast and my lunch. Okay. For those that haven't been to West Coast School, it is ridiculously amazing. It's so much fun, and you have friendships for life after you go. I can't wait. Anyway, any questions, you can contact the westcoastschool.com, or you can go to the Professional Photographers of California, talk to the executive administrator, which is 1-800-439-5839, extension 3 or extension 1, and probably extension 2 as well.
I think they'd all end up at me.
He'll answer all the questions for you. And if you want to take my class, I would love to have you in there. We're going to have a good time. So let's close that one out. Let's go to this one. And I have two images that I'm going to show. We're going to talk about denoise. We're going to talk about topaz denoise, and we'll talk about camera raw denoise. So I'm going to open both of these critters up in raw. One has already been, why did it only open one? Should open two because I selected two. Oh, open the second one differently. Let's try that again. Open, 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 open. Okay, we're just going to do one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on auto for my settings for exposure, etc. And I'm going to click on auto for white balance. So they both get the same treatment. This one is denoise camera raw. It has already had denoise run on it in camera raw. So we'll open that bad boy up. Open, open, open. And it should allow me to open the second one up, which is not doing. So we'll just go back to here. This is going to be the denoise one for a topaz denoise. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. Edit auto, white balance auto. And you can see this was shot at 3200 ISO with an older camera. So we got just a little bit of noise going on in there. The other one's already had it taken care of. So I'm going to click open. Open, open, open. Why is it not opening in? Oh. Okay, that's the topaz. That opened up and, oh no, we ain't doing that. Don't save. It opened up in beta for some reason. So you can see when you're running beta and regular, sometimes you got to figure out where your images went to. So we're going to open with Photoshop 2022, and you can see that somehow it set this image to Adobe Beta, so I have to fix that later on. No, I don't want that. Go away. You're bothering me. Let's open up in Photoshop 2023. That would be much gooder. And we already got the settings adjusted the same. So here we go. Let's go ahead and we're going to compare images in just a minute. First, I want to show you that is the denoise that was done in RAW at about 50%. This is no filter so far. Topaz Labs Denoise AI. And it does run a little slow because it's a full-size image. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. And we have 3 settings here we can do. We can go clear. In fact, we'll zoom in just a little bit more. You have clear, low light, and severe noise. For me, I think I like clear the best. Severe noise, there's a lot of shadowing around the numbers and the letters. Low light, there's a little bit of distortion there. So I'm going to go with clear, click apply, and let it run. And then I'm going to put the 2 up side by side so you can see the difference between the 2. And then I'm going to show you how to get into the denoise in Camera Raw after I do it side by side. There we go. All right. So let's, yeah, that's all you can say is wow. So we're going to go to arrange, tile all vertically. And I have clicked on zoom all windows. So when you look at this, let's make that a little smaller so you can see.
Camera Raw to me looks better.
Camera Raw looks better. If you look at his ear, a little distortion there, a little distortion on the lips. So in this particular case, Camera Raw looks better. I have run test after test, and it's about 50-50. So if you have Topaz AI, check them both to see if they work. We're going to zoom out just a little bit.
But Camera Raw automatically did noises? AI?
No, I had already run it previously, so it ran it as a PNG.
Okay.
Or a DNG, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Digital negative. But if we look at the shoe, there's a little bit of edging going on the side of the sock here. And I think the shoe on the left, which is Topaz, actually looks a little bit better than the shoe on the right. So it just depends on which one you do. Hey, both of you go back to 0. There we go. It just depends on what you're working with. You might want to test them to see. So let's Control W, Command W, don't save. Go back to there, and we'll go to Topaz, the original one that was the noisy one. I'm going to zoom in so you can really see how much noise there was. If you go into detail, which on mine is at the bottom, and I've taken out a few of the tools in Camera Raw because I don't use them. So I just took them and hid them. If I click on denoise, it'll show you right here what you're looking at. And it automatically defaults to 50. So 50% denoise. And you can see the difference there without enhanced, with enhanced. So if I click on enhance, you got to wait down here at the bottom on the left. It shows you how much time you got left remaining. And we'll walk through. It's about almost the same amount of time with denoise in RAW as it is using AI denoise with Topaz. But I wanted to see the original files that I brought up, changing the color, changing everything, making sure everything was exactly the same when they popped up. So now it gave me, this is the original on the bottom left, and then the one on the right is the denoised one. So we'll zoom in. And that's the denoised version. That's the original version. So is that wicked cool or what?
Well, do you find it more consistent with the Camera Raw as far as denoise compares to the Topaz?
It's about 50-50 split.
Okay.
I've done both, kind of experimented with them a little bit, and it's hard to say. Here's a picture or a photo that Larry Skibisky sent me. I asked him to give me a fence picture because I wanted to play with the latest version of, let me cancel that. Need to open it in beta, because beta's got some cool stuff going on. So I could probably denoise this guy. Hey, why not? Let's play with it and denoise it. That's going to take a little bit of time. Less than a minute, so we're good there. They've got a new tool in beta version, which they're working on, which probably will come out in October, I would bet. Which is remove. It's called the remove tool. And that just tells you that it's processing. We'll wait for just a second. And I'm going to walk through the remove tool with you. Is it perfect? Not even close. And the denoise is not in beta. It's actually in the original Camera Raw and also in Lightroom. So whatever, if you're up to date on your Lightroom and your Adobe Camera Raw, you have denoise in there.
Can I ask a question?
You may. Go for it. Did I lose you?
You're muted. We can't hear your question. There
I
you go.
don't. I was trying to use denoise on Lightroom on a fixture that on a picture, an image I scanned, and it is grayed out. And then I also heard that you can use enhance by right-clicking, and that didn't do anything. Does it have to be actual digital, like a raw image?
It has to be a full-fledged raw image.
Okay.
If you like JPEGs, you can right click or hit Command R, I believe it is, to bring it up from Bridge, or I don't know what the shortcut is for Lightroom, but you can open a JPEG in RAW, but it's not the full-blown version of RAW. So it has to be a full-blown version. It has to be a raw image, either a CR, like a CR2 or NEF file.
Okay, or RAW, like, yeah, from I shoot Sony, so it's
Okay.
RAW.
So it has, right, it has to be the raw file.
Okay, got
So
it. Thank you.
You betcha. They've got this tool, which is pretty dang cool. It's called the remove tool. And I gotta find it real quick. There it is. It's under the healing brush, so it's under J. And so you got spot healing, remove, healing brush, patch, content aware, and red eye tool. So I go to the remove tool. And I'm just going to paint over this ball real quick. Wait for a second. And what it does, it takes AI and replaces the ball with what should be there. I'm noticing when I do things, it doesn't always work this well. Let's take this gentleman here, for example, and I'm going to try to remove the fence that's in front of him. So I'm just going to take out this little corner here, and it doesn't always work. Watch it make a liar out of me now. Nope. You can see it made it brighter instead of fixing it. So we'll try it here, do the same thing. And again, it's going to do the same thing, I'm sure. For some reason, it doesn't like this image. So we'll close this image out, don't save. And then we're going to go into this guy down here. Do the same thing. We're going to open with beta, because I want to take the fence out from in front of his face. And I'm not going to denoise him. I'm just going to open it straight at a camera. And we'll zoom in. And I am going to make a copy of there, Command J, so you can see before and after. And hit the letter J, which is the healing brush tool. And right now it's set to remove. So we'll take it, go across. And you don't have to be super precise with this. And you do have to have the latest version of operating software on your computer to make it work. So it only took part of it out, rerun it. The faster your computer is, the faster this will happen. Mine happens to be an old Mac. I think I got it in 2013, 2014, so it does run a little bit slow. And you can see little by little, it's taking the AI and say, hey, this is pretty cool. I want to fix this. Let me fix this. I said, let me fix this. Thank you. Up at the top, you have sample all layers, and then you also have remove after each stroke. So if I unclick remove after each stroke, I can go here, take that line, take this line. I'm going to save his eyes for a little bit later. Take out that line, take out that line, and then click either on the checkbox or hit enter or return, and now it's going to run. And the more you do it one time, the longer it takes. And voila. I said, voila, abracadabra, do something, anything. So we'll take this part out right here. And I have no idea how good it's going to do on the eyes. It's been 50-50 on the eyes for me. So we'll try one eye just to do it and see what happens. So it's not too bad. We'll just come down here. Take that guy out. Hit enter because I was in the not remove.
Pretty damn close.
You did a good job.
Is that amazing or what?
That's pretty darn cool.
Pretty darn, yeah. I'm impressed, and it's in the beginning stages. So you know how Adobe is. Once they actually figure out what works, what doesn't work, they're going to update things and make it happen.
You don't have to worry about cleaning your sensor anymore, and your.
Oh, trust me, I need to clean my sensor. You know better than that.
I know.
Look at that. Look at that left eye.
That's pretty amazing.
And his right eye was, or his left, our right. That eye there was a little bit pink the day we shot it. So that is unretouched, straight out of camera.
By going all over, you can remove all the fence from him altogether, huh?
I could if I wanted to take out all the fence, or I could just take out the fence that's in front of his face and call it good.
Yeah. But
So you
if
can
you-
pick and choose what you want to do.
right,
How much patience do you have?
right.
Me?
So where's the stand with content aware then, as far as we've always used that to?
The content aware tool is okay. That didn't work perfect there. I did a little test with this and content aware on the last picture just for fun. So we'll close this guy out. Any questions on this one while we're got him up still?
It's amazing.
Oh, thanks. It's amazing.
You bet.
Yeah. It's-
Okay, so I'm going to close him out real quick. Don't save. Go back to bridge, and we'll go back to
Excuse me.
this critter here. Open. I said open. Thank you. And it opened in Photoshop. I don't want it in Photoshop. Now you're going to play. I want it in beta. Thank you. Now we're in beta. So let's say I'm going to take this guy out right here because he doesn't belong there. Bad photographer, Larry. Bad photographer. Hit enter. This is going to take a little while because it uses AI to say, okay, this is where I need to be. This is what I want to add, or this is what I want to subtract. It's getting much smarter than we are.
So why not just use beta all the time?
Because it's not quite, a lot of things in beta is not quite ready. And some of the filters are not working in beta as well, which I'll show you in just a sec. But you can see what that did. So we'll do Command J on that. Never mind, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna take it, but you can see what that did there. We're gonna go to history, open, take him out. I'm gonna take the lasso tool. And we're gonna do content aware fill. So edit, content aware fill. And we'll take these guys out here. So all you have is grass being replaced. Output to new layer, say okay. And wait.
That's a lot cleaner.
There's still a little bit of redness right here,
Yeah.
but for me, you're 90% of the way there.
Mm.
But if I use the remove tool, we already took out the ball. Let's see what happens when I take out the umpire. He's just a distraction to the players anyway.
Who needs him?
We'll see what happens. I mean, I haven't tried this before, so I always like to try things on live so you guys see sometimes I don't do things perfectly.
He's
So,
gone.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Can you try content aware now
Sure, we can do that.
on the umpire? Yeah.
Yep. Just see what the difference is. And I could have done a select subject on him and then content aware, but we'll just do it this way real fast. Content aware fill under edit. And I see why that's not going to do that. So let's go back to layers, go to the background layer, do the same thing, edit, content aware fill. And you can see what it did there.
Yeah, that yellow, no, the green mark is where it's going to take the information from.
Correct. And I just did it really quick. I didn't try to perfect. I could have perfected it and see how it did, but that content aware fill did okay. I mean, it
better
took-
than the other one.
yeah, it took a little bit of her on the left and put her in here on the right. So we would have to take her out, but it'd be easy to do. But how much time did that save you having to go through and say, hey, clone here, do a little bit of fill here, brush here. So it saves you time, it gets you in the ballpark and gets you going there. So let's go to, let's do denoise again one more time. This image
Looks familiar.
looks familiar, doesn't he, Mel?
Yep.
Let's go ahead and open them again really close so you can see. This image was shot at ISO 10,159. I was in a major hurry going from ISO 400. I just cranked my ISO as fast as I could so I can get the shot before he disappeared. f2.8 at 20th of a second handheld. So I feel lucky to even got this shot. But look at the quality without doing anything right now. This is straight out of camera. Nikon D850. You can see a little bit of noise here. And I left it at the default 50%. And it looks like just a little bit of softening. So let's drop it down to 40%. And with this, there's a little magnifying glass on the bottom right. You click on that, it's the says minus magnify. You click on that and it takes you back down to full screen. And then if you click on, say, his eyeball, it brings it up to that area inside the enhanced box. So when I decide, okay, let's go ahead and open it, it's going to save it as a digital negative, a DNG. So open him up. And it's still, actually it opened up the raw file. It didn't open up the DNG. Why not? Run denoise again. Oh, I forgot to click enhance. Duh.
You didn't save it.
How do you spell brain fart?
Mike.
And so it says estimated time 2 minutes. So we're going to let it run this deal while we talk a little bit. And so this is brand new. It is in everything beta and full versions. So if you're thinking, well, I got to use beta to do this, you don't have to. This is in the full version of Camera Raw. Just make sure you're running Camera Raw 15.3 and whatever the latest Lightroom version is, which I think is 21 something. Kimberly, you could help me with that one.
12.3.
12.3. As close, 21, 12. That's not funny, Cheryl.
Oops, I didn't realize I was off mute. That'll teach me.
I'm just a little dyslexic, I guess. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go window, arrange, tile vertically. Go to this guy, make him command 0. Make this guy command 0. So all the same to start with. Zoom all windows. I'm in the zoom tool. Up at the top, I have zoom all windows. So I'll click, click, So we get them both the same. So you can't accuse me of cheating. And at 40%, you still got a lot of noise in his eyeball there. So we'll take the one on the left, go to Filter, Topaz Denoise AI, and this will take about a minute to run once I get it open. Open, open, open. Run, run, run. And it says, well, it went from 2 minutes down to a minute, down to 30 seconds. So we're getting there slowly. But you can see the bar has how much processing is left to go. It says 20 seconds, probably more like 15 or so. And this is one that I really liked Topaz AI on versus raw AI or raw denoise. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. There we go. So there is a bit of a difference. This is on the right is Adobe Camera Raw with Denoise Run. On the left is Topaz AI. And for me, I think Topaz is the winner on this image. Raw is the winner on another image. It just depends. So
Is there, this is Suzanne, is there any possibility of doing both?
so running AI on this one.
Well, just doing one in Camera Raw and then doing it in Topaz. Or
Yeah.
vice versa. Did you already do that? Because
The one on the right I did in
Camera Raw first.
Camera Raw solo. So let's go ahead and look.
Sorry.
And we'll look at the differences here. Low light, severe noise. Severe noise is kind of, it blurs things a whole lot. So I try not to use that too often. And I think I'm going to go with clear on this one to maintain my sharpness. So we'll see what happens.
This is one that you already did.
We did the one on the right in Camera Raw. Now we're doing it in Topaz Denoise
Okay, great.
AI.
I didn't know if you had already done that in the baseball player.
I did not. But that was a great question because I did that for fun on this image actually. Just trying it out to see what happens. And it's almost ready. I said it's almost ready. Come on. Don't make
Plus,
me.
you're probably never going to blow it up that much.
Probably not. But I do have some images that I've blown up fairly good size. But when you look at them from a regular point of view, let's look at the hairs. And pretty
That's the
close.
same.
Pretty close to the same. I think the eyeball, well, even still, I think the eyeball on the left looks just a touch better.
You wouldn't even be able to tell probably.
No, you'd have to really pixel peep to decide whether or not it works or not. You know how those judges are in print comp though. They're mean. So yeah, you can do both. Run it in AI or run it in Denoise in RAW or Lightroom, and then run it in Adobe or in brain fart, Topaz denoise, and see if it makes a difference. I mean, it only takes a few seconds to do, so.
I don't think I have that one because AI is a newer one. I just have the regular denoise, I believe.
AI denoise, Topaz AI denoise AI is been around for a couple of years now.
Oh, well. I
So
can-
if you got denoise from Topaz recently, within the last 2 years, then you would
Mm.
have the AI version of it.
It's close. I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Yeah. How much does it cost these days for Topaz?
For Topaz AI, I haven't purchased it for a while.
I have it, but I haven't done the updates because it works pretty well. Is it worth doing the update?
I don't,
Yeah.
I have not,
The Topaz Sharp is $79.
$79? Okay.
Yeah, I bought that. I'm looking at getting the denoise now. I should have bought the package, but at the time I was leery about it until I
Yeah.
heard on this class.
It's not a subscription, Anthony, right?
The
No.
denoise, they won't update it unless you pay them extra every year. Whereas Sharpen AI, you have to pay them every year. I think it's like $59 a year.
Yeah, is it worth the update? I have Sharpen and denoise.
I haven't updated my denoise,
Okay.
but I have done Sharpen because you have to do that one. So
The last time I updated mine, they also have this photo AI, which is kind of a combo of everything, and it's even
right.
doing masking, and they included that for free, even though it's separate. So right now, the Denoise, Gigapixel AI, and Sharpen AI as a 3-pack are on sale for $199, and I think that's the one that includes photo AI.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay, here's an image. I'm going to open with the beta version because this filter is not in the regular. And we're going to go to filter, Neuro filters. No, I'm not. I'm going to hang. Let me go backwards. I'm going to select subject first. So if I go to, let me get this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. And down at the bottom of the screen, you have select subject. But what I found out is you don't have the choice with select subject. You can do device, which is quicker results, or you can do cloud version select subject. You have to be connected to the internet to do the cloud version. However, let me do the device one first. So we'll do select subject, click on select subject. I said select subject. Let me get out of that one so we don't have it. Okay. Select subject, there we go. And you can see that it missed some areas in here. This is not the cloud version. This was off the device. So my computer did that one. On the cloud version, so we'll do cloud. And we do the same thing again, select subject. Yes, I want to discard my current selection and redo it. Give it a second. And now if you look, that's the selection that was done through the cloud. You can change your preferences so that's going to be like that all the time.
So why is the cloud so much better?
Because it works better. I don't know the answer to that. I just know it takes all the,
I mean, it's significantly different.
it's big time different. So my regular version of Photoshop, I have a default to the cloud. So I would have to change it to do the other version if I was in a big hurry, which I never am. So we'll talk about that during West Coast School and show you how to change your defaults on that. I'm going to go to filter. No, I'm not. I got to do one more step. I'm going to do Command Shift I to invert my selection. So now instead of the player being selected, it's now my background that's selected. Now I'll go to Filter, Neural Filters. This is brand new. This is not in the regular version of Photoshop yet. It's called Background Creator. And you can see a lot of these have clouds next to them on the right-hand side. Those need to be downloaded, and I have not downloaded them yet. A Backdrop Creator, click on that. And it's going to
Are
give
those-
me a... Go ahead, Anthony.
Are those downloaded to the cloud? They're downloading them from the cloud? Is that what that's coming
From the cloud, yeah. So they go on
Okay.
your computer.
Okay, so you don't take any memory up then.
Right.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is it's asking for a prompt up here in the upper right-hand corner. Basically what it does is I'm going to design my own background. So I'm going to go with Stadium. Mel, give me a color.
Green.
Green. Anthony, do you want light or dark?
Oh, light.
So let's go with light green. Anything else we want to add? Let's do sci-fi. That should get us started. And I'm going to take the default right now is 85 backgrounds. It'll only show you 3, but it gives 85. I'm going to take it down to 20 because speed it up just a little bit. And there we have the green stadium background, etc. Which one do you like the best?
That one. Yeah, one.
This one?
Yeah.
One?
One, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to pick number 1. And then also at the same time, I'm going to ask it to make 3 more like this. I click the bottom right. There's a little box there. I clicked on that and it said, give me 3 more to look like this.
Oh, wow.
And I still like this one better.
Yeah.
So we'll stay with that. And I got to move my zoom stuff out of the way. And it brought it up on its own layer. And before I do anything else next, what I need to do is add a layer mask to the Neural Filter group. So I'll add a mask. That brings the player back. So now I just created a background. Obviously, I need to ground him on his left foot, our right, his left, by putting a shadow underneath him, etc.
And
But
can you move him too? Because he's on the layer mask?
I don't think I can. Move tool.
Nope, you can just move the background.
Oh, wait, that's the background that was moving. Hang on.
You can make him on his own layer and then move that layer.
Right.
I would have to put him on a separate layer to do that.
Interesting.
But I think that's pretty cool. You can develop all kinds of weird backgrounds.
So
go
that's
back.
only in beta version under the neural filters.
Right.
Okay.
Go to filter,
That's kind of cool.
neural filter, backdrop creator. We'll go with a blue sci-fi tunnel. And if I could type, it'd be really cool. There we go.
Whoa.
I like that one. And I like that one.
I like number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is pretty slick.
Are you hitting enter to bring it
Yeah.
in?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I have there's thing down at the bottom that's in the way because of zoom.
Oh, gotcha.
So let's go ahead and there you go.
That is slick.
Is that cool or what?
That's pretty darn cool.
Wow.
It's like doing AI and making stuff up as you go. So there you go with that one.
That's worth a bottle of tequila.
Yeah. Good tequila, by the way.
We only drink good tequila.
That's pretty incredible.
I
gonna
think
do-
those disqualified from most image comps, don't they? Those?
Oh, big time. Unless you can show, well, you can show your background, show your work. So this is going to be out of the world crazy stuff that you got to just
Can we back up a second? Why would that be disqualified?
because
AI, anything AI generated and most image comps is being disqualified right now.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
There are portions that might be acceptable in the artist category, but that's about the only category that would probably get you there.
and you'd have to
Okay.
show your work and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
you'd have
so.
to show the thumbnail.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is something that's been around for a little bit of while. They've been updating it, and it's getting better. So I'm going to go Neural Filters.
No, you're back in regular Photoshop now.
I'm in regular Photoshop,
Okay.
and I'm going to go to Photo Restoration. This is not working in the beta version. Apparently they had a glitch, and when you try to use it, it says, nope, we ain't going to play. So I'm going to click on Photo Restoration there. Scratch reduction, I'm going to take up to about, I'm going to start with 22. I'm going to bring back the face enhancement to about 12. The reason I do that, and I'll show you in a little bit, is the face gets so hyper realistic and the rest of the body is an old time picture. So it's not good. I'm going to start with 22 on the scratch reduction to see how good it does. And right now it's at 25%. You can see at the bottom that it is running and slowly running. Reminds me of the Mervyn's commercial. Open, open, open. And you sit there and you wait and wait. Come on.
I
We're
think
up to
I
50.
can. I think I can.
But this is fun to play with because how much time would it have taken you to take out the scratches before this, especially one this size? About 5-10 minutes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow.
So that's how long it took me to take it out. Now, if I wanted to colorize it, I look at colorize and go, something wrong there. And I'll show you why that's something wrong in just a second. As soon as I bring this back up, there we go. You can see the face, even there, it made it super smooth. So we'll go to image, mode, and it's in grayscale. That's why it won't go to colorize. You got to have a color image, filter, neural filter. Colorize should be allowed. There we go. Click on colorize.
Wow.
And you can see the cloud up here didn't get done correctly. So I'll go back and I'll do it again. So we'll go to filter, neural filter, to colorize. And I'm going to adjust the color up here. So I'm going to click on the cloud. And I probably want something in the gray, light gray area. There we go. And then between the bars, I'm going to want some blue in there because that's blue sky. So we have to go to blue. And you can't sample colors off of this right now, but we're getting there. Too much green. There we go.
There's a side hustle right there.
Oh, big time.
Huh.
But it's not dropping the blue in where it needs to be. So I would have to go in and fix that, but just that quick, I can colorize an image.
Well, with the time you save just colorizing, you could be able to afford that time to fill in some blue and stuff like that and still be
Oh,
ahead of the game.
Big time,
Yeah.
big time. But
Hmm.
that's getting better and better all the time. So
So that's in regular Adobe then, not beta.
right. If I try to do that in beta, just before we get out of here, we'll go to beta, click OK, and I'll go to filter, neural filters, and photo restoration. We've temporarily disabled this filter because of an error.
Hmm.
So we can't do anything with it.
Okay.
So that should be fixed. It's been that way for a couple days now, but it should be fixed shortly, I hope.
Another quick question.
Okay.
I missed a couple of minutes right before now. Do you have to download these individual items in the NeuroFilter individually, or they are all working when you go into NeuroFilters?
Let me go back into here, and we'll go into, yeah, let's open this up in beta. Go to NeuroFilters. You can see skin smoothing, smart portrait, makeup transfer. All these need to be downloaded to your computer. Backdrop creator's already been downloaded. Landscape mixer, style transfer, I haven't downloaded yet. And then down here, these two need to be downloaded as well. But to download them, let's say makeup transfer. I just click on makeup transfer. It's been downloaded. It takes that long. It's that quick to do.
Yeah, I have used skin smoothing. It's amazing. I used it on some headshots, and it took care of a lot of what I wanted.
It saves you a lot of time, gets you there, so you don't have to waste all your time. But it's not bad, not bad. And skin smoothing is in the regular Photoshop as well. So, any other questions?
I have a technical question for you and Mel. If the judges don't qualify AI for background, then if you're dropping in a background yourself on a regular, you just drop in the background, cut and paste and drop it in there. What's the difference? You've used
The difference is you created the background versus AI creating it. So if you've got clouds that you're dropping in as a background, that's your image, or it's a image you bought. That's different than creating it via AI.
Oh, okay.
If you enter something like clouds that you bought into an image in illustrative category, you would have to show those at the bottom or on the side
as thumbnails.
Thumbnails that you've added these to your image. So I would think with the AI thing, you could probably add that in as a thumbnail saying, here it is. I don't know.
You don't have to have bought them. Can't you just have the copyright or
have permission to use?
Permission. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
What about Adobe Sky then? Where you can drop in the sky, with the sunset and everything.
See, this is getting technical stuff that the committee would have to answer for you.
Yeah.
You'll have to read the rules. Every organization's is kind of handling those slightly different. If you're thinking about entering PPC, Anthony, they're addressed pretty directly in the rules. Okay. So take a look at them and you'll see exactly how you have to handle that.
Okay.
And what I've
done, have addressed it, and I know it was in the latest version of the rules that we had to upload.
Okay.
What I've done is deleted all of Adobe's skies out of my sky replacement. and just put my skies only in there. So I know if I drop a sky in, which I may or may not have done recently, I know it's mine.
That's what I've done too. I got rid of everything that was theirs, so I can't make a mistake. Plus, the
Right.
skies here are amazing. So
Oh, tell me about it.
if you go outside, you could have 500 in a month. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And when we go to West Coast School, anybody in my class will get a set of about 100 to 125 skies for free in my class.
I kind of feel like if you plug in someone else's sky, it's not all your photo.
Right. Exactly. I feel I want as much of the photo to be mine as possible.
Yeah. Even my textures, I've just about eliminated all the other textures except for a couple of my favorites, and I've just made my own.
And it's easy to do. You go into restrooms and some of the restroom
Yeah.
the wallpapers in there are just amazing. It's like
Hey,
people
the
are staring
floor-
at me while I'm taking pictures in the restroom. It's like, well, I tell you,
The
it's a cool looking
floor in
texture.
The floor in the men's bathroom, no, the ladies' bathroom in Home Depot is amazing here in Meridian. And then the floor in Lowe's, it's got some real textured, beat up cement places. And I use those.
And
So
when you're
they're-
I thought
flying,
it was just me photographing in bathrooms on the walls.
I know people are like, what are you doing? Oh, well, just,
You know what you call you people, peepers. That's what you call
yeah.
you guys.
hey, what can I say? But even like on an airplane, I'll sit in my chair and look at the wall above the window, and you look at the paper they have up there. I mean, that's a cool texture as well. Everywhere
Yeah.
you go, there's textures. Just shoot them.
Yep.
Coolness. Any other questions while we're going?
I have a maybe Lightroom question.
Okay.
It has to do with opening Lightroom. I have a MacBook Pro as my computer, and I recently bought an Apple Studio display. And when I open Lightroom, using the little search feature on the toolbar, it only opens on the MacBook Pro screen and not on the studio display.
I think
And
you
then
have
if I
to
go
go
to
into
window-
your preferences and change it to the monitor that you want it to go to.
Oh, I knew somebody would help me out. That
Yeah. In your
one of the Lightroom.
Apple preferences, you can go in there
Apple
and
preferences.
change your preferences so that you mirror displays or tell it which display to go to.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Anything else? Going once, going twice.